welcome to our fellow demon hunters, both new and experienced. Today we're here to talk about one of the most exciting events in the world of Diablo 4, the upcoming open beta server slam. Blizzard is preparing to unleash a horde of players onto their servers for an all-out adventure in the world of Sanctuary, which, as the name suggests, will give their servers quite the slam. But what this will hopefully mean is a nice and smooth launch in January, since we know all too well how dodgy servers and disconnects can ruin your first experience of a game that you were super excited to play. So let's not even think about the first Diablo beta that we played, or going back to something like WoW Classics where the servers were something else. Let's hope that this will change that going forwards. And well, this new beta is going to be your chance to experience the game from its graphics to its story, and the most important aspect, the gameplay, because this build version of the game is set to be the final balanced version of how the game will launch, which we will go over in this video too. So if you want to jump into Diablo 4 once again, or for the first time in case you missed the last beta weekends, then get ready to sharpen your blades, equip to your best pieces of gear, and join us in a fight against the hordes of hell. But let's not get too excited too early. Let's go over everything that you'll want to know about this upcoming beta so you're prepared and in the loop of things. But the best way to keep in the loop of things is to hit that like button down below. It feeds the YouTube algorithm, which we really appreciate. Thank you so much if you do. And hit that sub so you don't miss out on the next one from us. This server slam begins on Friday the 12th of May at 12 PM PDT, and it will go on until Sunday the 14th of May and end at 12 PM PDT. Yes, that's right, the beta actually launches on the day of the highly anticipated game Zelda Tears of the Kingdom's release. So you're going to have to weigh up, do you play the open beta for Diablo 4, or do you jump on Zelda Tears of the Kingdom on its launch day? It's a bit of an odd one if you ask me to choose to launch their server slam beta when a massive game like this is releasing. I know it's going to be a struggle for me because I'm interested in both of these massively. When it comes to the platforms of the beta though, it's good news all around. It's available on Windows PC, Xbox Series X and S and Xbox One, both PlayStation 4 and PlayStation 5. It even has couch co-op for consoles, and cross-play and cross-progression for all platforms, which I love to see, and I wish all games would adopt this. Remember though, it is a server slam, so their goal is to have us help them test the durabilities of their servers. So this means there could be some hiccups and some issues here and there, as that is their goal, to iron out problems with the servers and the load of players playing on them. But hopefully it will be a smooth and good experience. We'll just have to wait and see. But even if it is rough, I hold out hope that it will mean the launch of the game goes smoothly, as I don't think I can sit in another queue to play a game on its release day. If you have played the previous betas for Diablo 4 though, you will know what to expect when it comes to the content available to play. It will cover the prologue and the entirety of Act 1, with all 5 classes being playable, including the Barbarian, the Druid, the Necromancer, the Rogue, and the Sorcerer. It will be extremely interesting this time to see how each class feels to play, and which one is going to be the strongest or the weakest. We'll go into it a little more later, but feedback has been implemented into this build version, and again, this is the launch build version of the game, or so I believe. This means that the classes and the balance of them that we played in the previous beta weekends will now be different. So this is going to be your best chance at playing all of the classes and figuring out which one is right for you in the full game. But a super important detail to know is that any character progress made during the early access and open beta weekends in the past will not carry over into the server slam, and any character progress made during the server slam will not carry over into launch. So when this beta drops, everyone will have to make fresh characters, and none of our characters will carry over into the full game. Also, this time around, we as players will only be able to level up the characters up to level 20. Last time in the previous betas, we could actually reach level 25. So they've reduced this a bit, which I find very interesting. It didn't take too long to reach level 25, so it's going to be even quicker to reach level 20. It also means we will be a lot more limited in our builds because we won't have as many points to put in our ability tree. But what do you think on this? Should they have kept it at level 25 for the beta so we can experiment more with builds? Or do you think level 20 is more of a sweet spot to get there quickly and just enjoy over the weekend? Also, are you going to be playing this or Legends of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom? It's on the same day, so it's a tough choice. Another change in the build version of the game is that you should not expect to get a million legendary items, as the beta drops have now been changed to reflect the final experience of the launch game, so the legendary item drop rate has been altered to reflect what will be present in the launch version of Diablo 4. Personally, I am not a big fan of this, especially for a limited beta weekend. It's super fun to test out a bunch of different builds with all of the legendaries that you can get, as well as just getting lots of drops is a fun experience for a limited beta. It's all getting deleted anyway at the end, so I don't quite know how I feel about this one, but it will let us know and test the actual drop rate and how it will feel in the full game. As mentioned before, feedback, bug fixes, and changes from the previously announced retrospective blogs will be implemented into this last open beta, so we can expect a variety of class changes and balance tweaks. Dungeons are also meant to have been improved greatly, with less backtracking needed, more events happening inside, and overall more quality of life and gameplay improvements to them, which I love to see. But most notably, the Barbarian and Druid have been buffed, while the Sorcerer and Necromancer seem to have been nerfed a bit, and the Rogue has a little bit of buffs and nerfs, so a bit of both. But this means we don't know exactly how the classes will feel to play until the beta starts. There was definitely some winners in the previous betas when it comes to how easy and effective some classes were. The Sorcerer and Necromancer could blast through content very easily, while the Druid and Barbarian were having a bit of a tougher time. All of this leveled out when you had legendary items and a full build, but some classes were definitely easier to play than others, and I think that's the problem that a lot of people had with them. So now it will be interesting to see which class the community thinks is best. But perhaps the best thing about this beta is actually that the server slam will have a focus on the world boss Ashava. It's going to be spawning more often, starting at 9 AM PDT on May 13th, and then will spawn every 3 hours until the final spawn on May 14th at 9 AM PDT. Perhaps the most important task to do in this beta will be to take down the world boss, and that will get you the Cry of Ashava, the Mount Trophy, which is earned by defeating the world boss with one level 20 character. So even if you've played the previous betas, this new reward is there to nab and flex on your friends in the full game if they missed out on it. The good news is if you've already done the other beta rewards, then you won't need to do them again. But it is another chance for those who missed out to earn the exclusive titles Initial Casualty and Early Voyager, as well as the awesome Beta Wolf cosmetic item, which personally I think is worth getting because it's just so cute. To get these, you need to go to Kyova Shad and reach level 20 with one character, so it's going to be pretty easy to get all of these together. Get to level 20, take down the world boss. Also, if you have terrible internet like I used to have, oh, the days of 1 to 2 megabits per second download. I'm so glad I don't have to be tortured by that anymore. I do feel for you if you still have that, but don't worry because you can still download the beta early, starting on May 10th at 12 PM PDT. It will be in the Battle.net client under Diablo 4 or on your respective console stores, so get downloading it early if you know your internet is a problem. Also, for this beta, there's some extra good news. If you're playing on console, you do not need an Xbox Live Gold or PlayStation Plus subscription to play the server slam, but some regions do still need it, such as Germany, which will require a PlayStation Plus subscription because they say there are some rating requirements. Do note, however, once the game launches, you will need those subscriptions if you want to access the game's multiplayer features, but you won't need them for this beta slam, which is pretty cool. So what class are you planning to play in the beta? One or multiple? Personally, I think I need to try all of them out to see which one I want to actually go with at launch. But tell me your thoughts in the comments down below, and hit that like button if you enjoyed this video. And the 2 videos on screen now, we think you'll really enjoy if you did enjoy this one. Of course, you don't have to watch them if you don't want to, but if you like this video, you're probably going to like these ones too. And then tell us what you think after watching in the comments down below.